Riots are occurring throughout France due to a combination of economic, social, and political issues. High unemployment, particularly in poorer regions, has been of significant concern since the economic downturn of 2008. This lack of work has caused families to struggle to make ends meet, leading to unrest and dissatisfaction with the current government. Additionally, some groups, such as students, are discontented with the cost of education and underfunded institutions. Other rioters, mainly in Paris and other regionally significant cities, are protesting inequality and unequal access to resources. Rising taxation is another factor making the population increasingly disgruntled, as higher prices are forcing households into poverty. Further discontent has stemmed from the treatment of African immigrants and refugees, who face discrimination and social exclusion. Anti-immigrant sentiment runs deep in certain unprotected areas of the country, and these feelings have been fueled by militant far-right organizations. The lack of affordable housing in many areas is an additional cause of unrest, with many people unable to afford accommodation or living in cramped, overcrowded conditions. Complaints about police brutality, particularly excessive use of force by the authorities, are another driving force behind the riots. Many of those on the streets also feel that the government is failing to adequately provide for the younger generation. With rising numbers of homeless, as well as those in poverty, the lack of a viable and fair social security system has also been highlighted. Years of austerity policies have led to cuts in public services that have met with substantial public disapproval. Attempts to merge rural and urban economies have been met with hostility and distrust. The restricted movement of students in certain regions due to high fees has caused further anger, as has authoritarian rule. The government's refusal to tackle the ongoing health and environmental crisis has also prompted a fierce reaction. Residents of some suburbs had been struck by heavy economic, social, and cultural tensions for years before the current protests began. Furthermore, some of the violent uprisings reflect the deterioration of the sense of security among citizens, resulting from the crisis, induced repressions and the pervasive sense of alienation. Growing poverty, exacerbated by the unemployment crisis, has been continually highlighted as a major cause of civil unrest in France. Popular dissatisfaction has been compounded by years of austerity and the restructuring of the French economy, with the state cutting off vital public services. The unequal distribution of wealth among French citizens has been another significant source of unrest. In addition to a fragile economy, the riots have highlighted issues of racial and religious inequality. The police appear to systematically discriminate against ethnic, religious, and cultural minorities, which has sparked outrage from some sections of the public. Far-right rhetoric has also stoked tensions and fueled division within the population. The marginalization of certain groups and the erosion of civil liberties, such as freedom of speech and freedom of assembly, has also led to discontent among demonstrators.